How's it going, guys? Mike here, and I am just another UK gamer. And today I thought I'd make a video covering every single Easter egg that is still unfound in the map 9. There is so many things that are on this map that still have questions to be answered of what they do, and there's actually specific things that only appear when you're outside of mutations and you're actually only inside the main game, meaning that these are for sure Easter egg related, just like the broken wall Easter egg that we found I think just 2 days ago. So before we do jump into the video, if you could leave a like, that would mean the world, and if you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you do not miss out on a future video. Now, trying to keep this video as short as I can just to get the news to you guys, we're going to start with the shield upgrade. It's something we all know that's in there because there was a glitch before, the biggest patch came out for Black Ops 4 where you could just down yourself and you could see exactly where the next parts were going to be located, and you could actually hold the upgraded shield. As far as we go with legitimate steps, we only know how to build the shield, shoot the 3 bulls on the ceiling of the Zeus temple and the pillars, of course, and then going down into the Pack-a-Punch room and shooting the little kind of glass constellation looking thing and then picking it up. And from there, that's really all we know. We don't know where to go next from this. And the only thing that I can remember Jason saying was, be sure to use the actual claw thing that you get, when you melee and it sets on fire. I cannot remember for the life of me where I heard him say it, but it was on someone's interview when he said that obviously that would be needed, that would be important to something in the game. So I'm thinking where we go from here is certain types of kills somewhere, or using that flame for something, because it really does light up the walls as soon as you get the flame. So all I can say is try killing things, try looking around the map, try using this blade in your hand as much as possible, because that's looking like it could be the next step. We know where the part is going to spawn. The second part is going to spawn in obviously that statue's hand. We've seen it in the glitch, we just obviously haven't seen it legit for ourselves. Moving into the next thing is actually the skeleton that sits inside the boat in the Odin room on the very top floor. Now in custom mutations, he already has these pieces on him, but when you're outside of custom mutations, you can grab the jug for the dragon's mouth, which is just as soon as you go down Ra's stairs, it's right at the bottom. Just to the left of that, inside the cryptid area, you can see the sword just sitting on the bottom of one of the kind of tombstone things. And then finally you have the helmet, which is actually on the middle floor of the Onin room. And when you insert all 3 of them onto the skeleton and obviously the jug in the dragon boat's mouth, you get a completion sound letting you know that you've done something. And now people are saying maybe this is just for the shield upgrade, but you can do the shield upgrade in custom mutations. In custom mutations though, these are already on the skeleton, and it's something you cannot recollect. Just like the broken wall Easter egg, the wall was gone. In custom mutations, the wall is not there. I'm sure if I remember when I'm listening to this voiceover, I'll have a picture on screen right now. This is custom mutations. The wall just doesn't exist, meaning that it was an Easter egg step. And the fact that in custom mutations, them 3 pieces already on this skeleton means that this is something Easter egg related, and it's still needs to be found, and it isn't related to the shield in any way whatsoever, because you can grab the first shield upgrade part in custom mutations. So where do we go from here? Honestly, I don't know. I'm just making the list of unfound things in 9. The next is skulls. Now, you obviously, well, most of you hopefully have seen where you can hold square on this skull symbol here. And if you are super quiet, I've not been able to put it in this video because honestly, you have to have such a quiet game and such loud volume to hear it. It's so hard to hear, but basically you hold square on this head, or well, this skull, and then it reads out a bunch of elements. And there's also 2 more skulls that do this. The next skull that does this after you've hit the first one, you can't hit the second one until you've hit the first one, which obviously is making me think that we're doing a sequence of steps. So once you've hit this first one, you can then go inside the Pack-a-Punch room, look at the wolf symbol on the wall and make a full 180, and you can see that there is this skull that is different to the rest. When you hold square on it, again, it'll start saying a bunch of elements, but this time the sentence is a little bit longer than the first one. And then once that's finished, you take a right just into this side room here, and there is the 3rd skeleton. Again, it looks a bit different to the others. And then from there, I don't know where to go because it just reads out a bunch of elements in a super quiet voice. Like, I'm not even joking, guys. Go and try it for yourself. It's really hard to hear. I suggest having someone keeping a zombie on the opposite side of the map, and then really trying to listen with your volume up max. I also suggest doing it on around where the flames are not going up inside the pack-a-punch room, because they make quite a bit of noise, and that's what happened in my game. I couldn't hear them because of the flames going off. And another thing to note about this, in custom mutations, you cannot hold square on that first skull again. So it seems to be we were able to find Easter egg steps just by trying things in custom mutations and see if they work, which I think is a really cool method to do it. So the first skull that you hold square on, you can't hold square on it in custom mutations. You can't hold square on the second skull until you've held square on the first one. Can't hold square on the third until you've done to the second. So it is a sequence of steps, like hitting the paper for the Easter egg that was found 2 days ago for the broken walls. So again, this is something that's still unfound and needs looking into, but I'm just the messenger here, just letting you guys know the steps that have been currently found for it. Hopefully you guys can continue it on. So it's not just me looking, it's the community looking on top of that. The next thing is the star constellation papers. And what I mean by these is scattered along the map. I know there is a few locations, I just didn't list them in this video. If you guys do know a location, because I don't know them all, just jot them down in the comment section. If you can actually tweet me a picture, my Twitter's in the description, that would actually be way better for me to figure this out. But there's these pieces of paper around the map that say HIP and then a number sequence after it. And these are basically just locations of stars. There is many of tools online where you can just type the star number in and it'll show exactly where that star is. And now my buddy Vex, if I can find it, it's in my Discord somewhere as I'm doing this voiceover, I've just remembered. He actually did a lot of work for these papers and found out that the stars matched up to make a certain symbol. And now when I was actually looking at these, he reminded me that if we look above the pack-a-punch, I know this is way out the way, but these little gold lines are actually making the same symbols that he was sending me. Like I said, if I find them, I will put them on the screen. He's called Vex. If I can find his channel again, I'll put it in the description as well. But he was putting all these pieces of paper together. And when he got all the HIP numbers on one piece of paper, he jotted the stars up together and it made a symbol. And they look like the ones that are above the pack-a-punch machines. So I don't know where to go from here. But another thing to note, again, this cannot be done in custom mutations, because when you load mutations, these pieces of paper just don't exist. They're not in there. So again, it can't be to do with the shield, because obviously that can be done in custom mutations. And I know picking up a kind of like constellation looking piece of glass probably points us in the next direction to be looking at this type of stuff. But the fact that you can upgrade the shield in mutations and these pieces of paper, they don't exist. It's only off custom mutations that you can see these. So I suggest that you guys take a look at this one that I put on screen. I've not figured it out. Well, I figured it out, but I've not put the answer on screen to the symbol, because I feel like you guys should get to know what I mean. Me just telling you and they show you the symbol, you guys be like, okay, yeah, that's cool. But if you actually go and do it for yourself, then you actually get more knowledge on how to figure out the next ones all by yourself. So this is the piece of paper that I've been looking at, and there is many of tools online. I'm not even going to give you guys a tool. I'm going to let you guys do the research there to obviously get used to it. And they make stars that you can match them stars up, and then you can make a symbol like you've seen in the previous photo that I may or may not have put in the video on my buddy Vex's work. So other than that, I don't know where to go from here. It's just, again, an unfound Easter egg that's I'm clueless about. I'm honestly clueless about. And the fact that this does not appear in custom mutations just points us in the direction that it is for sure to do with something on the map. And the final unfound thing that I know off the top of my head, I may have missed something out, but in my knowledge, in my head, should I say, or to my knowledge, it's these simple papers. Now, I only know 2 locations for these. There is one in the bottom floor of the dining room on kind of like a stone, and there is actually one on the ceiling in the Odin room, which unfortunately I didn't get, you know, a clear screenshot of, because you can't fly up there in theater mode. I thought you could, so I didn't go through the effort of getting a sniper rifle in that game and looking at the ceiling. But I remember when the game first came out, well, should I say the map, you know, first unlocked Easter eggs, I remember seeing that piece of paper and looking at it through a sniper, and it had a set of symbols like this first image here. I just, like I said, it slipped my mind to get a sniper and go and get it, because I thought I could just fly up there in theater mode and, you know, look at it that way. But unfortunately, I went into theater mode. That wasn't the case. So you're gonna have to go and look at that one for yourselves. But this first one, let's just work with this one here. So again, in custom mutations, they don't exist. You have to be in a normal game of zombies. You cannot be in custom mutations. And these symbols that are on the paper are pretty much the same symbols from the alchemy table of symbols. I'll put an image on screen right now. So this piece of paper, like them symbols, they're all pretty much on this table here. And this table gives an element. Now, when I was looking at this, I was thinking, okay, if symbols giving elements, we then have 3 skulls that are reading elements. Are these related in some way? Because both of them can't be activated on custom mutations. I mean, the skulls are there in custom, but you can't activate the skulls. These pieces of paper, they're not there in custom mutations, but they are in normal. So are these somehow related? And just kind of further to back that up, if you go into the cryptids area underground, I'm pretty sure it's the cryptids, cannot remember for the life of me, but where you basically get the sword from, on each and every single one of these tombstones, there's like a clear kind of like slab on top of it that's got a row of symbols on it, and like these are really clear quality, as in they wanted us to see this. Like, they weren't badly textured. There's some bad textures on this map at certain points, you know, mainly outside the map where we're not really meant to see, but they want us to see this. They were as clear as daylight. And but the only problem is I'm finding it really hard to find every single one of them symbols on this alchemy table of symbols. Some of them are on this table, but some of them ain't. Now I'm thinking, since they kind of all correspond with each other, the skulls saying elements, we then got the pieces of paper which give us the alchemy table of symbols, which they're elements, and then obviously we've got them same sort of symbols on the tombstone. Are these 3 related in some way? I don't know. That's why I've made this video, to let you guys know everything that is still unfound on the map 9, and hopefully you guys can then jump into the hunt now, because there is still so much to hunt for, guys. Just remember, you cannot be in custom mutations. You have to be in a normal game to do everything that I've tried today, other than the shield upgrade. If you want to try anything else that I've listed, you have to be out of custom mutations, unfortunately. But that only means that it is towards Easter eggs. They all might be related to the same Easter egg. We don't know that yet, but all I'm saying is this is currently all the Unfound stuff, and that is the reason I made this video, just to let you guys know that there is plenty of stuff to be searching for on 9. I know people are going crazy on classified at the moment trying to find that Easter egg, but if you guys need a break, like just on 9, there is still, let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5 things that I've explained today already that still need to be uncovered in 9, and that's just one map. I'm not even, you know, gone through the time to search Blood or search Voyage. This is just one map with 5 things still unfound on it. So hopefully you guys listen to the entire video and, you know, you go in searching for yourself, and if there is anything found regarding any of these maybe Easter eggs that I mentioned in today's video, then do send me a tweet. It's at another UK Gamer 1. My Twitter link's in the description as well. Anyway, yeah, anything you find, if you can tweet it over to me, pictures, you know, just a message saying you think you found something, I'll definitely respond to that as soon as I can. Comment section as well is a really good place for, you know, for finds and telling me that you found something. That would obviously help the hunt out a lot more. But other than that, guys, we're going to end the video there. I know I said I was going to keep it short. It's turned into a bit of a long video, but I just wanted to cram as much information as I could in there as possible, just so you guys can be up to level of knowledge where I am with all this stuff, or you guys can just jump straight into the game, you know, and get hunting for things that are unfound. If you did enjoy the video, guys, then as I said at the start, please do leave a like. It means the world to me. And if you are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button for the latest zombies news, information, and Easter egg finds. Thank you all for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Happy Easter egg hunting, guys. I'll see you all in the next video.